Now that Xavier Worthy is back into the lineup, the Chiefs might be the scariest team in football once again. And don't forget, Rashee Rice is coming right around the corner. I mean, he's got a couple more weeks left and he'll be back into the lineup as well. Worthy, Hollywood, Rashee, Travis Kelce, Rashad Smith, Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, man, this team is loaded. Now, look at this play right here. We're going to start off with a little bit of pre-snap motion. First thing that we notice is it's man coverage, okay? Once we see this is man coverage, yeah, we are really excited about this. And watch this. They get a little bit greedy here. You're going to see Marlon Humphrey to the bottom side of your screen try to bait Patrick Mahomes for just a second. He's going to bite down and then come back off this go ball with Xavier Worthy. The one thing we understand, though, is Xavier Worthy has premier speed, okay? So if you try to bait Patrick Mahomes, you're just going to get burnt, all right? If this was anybody else, you might have been able to get away with it. He tries to bait Pat Mahomes to make a bad throw early, but nope, he doesn't. Xavier Worthy just destroys him off the line of scrimmage, and the ball gets placed into a bucket. Because that is who Patrick Mahomes is. That is the accuracy that he has. This is just a straight go ball, right? Man-to-man coverage, top side and bottom side. All we're really doing here as Patrick Mahomes is reading Nate Wiggins. If he drops back into, let's say, a half or a third, we're not throwing this ball. But since we drop back and he actually goes to the inside shoulder of Xavier Worthy, yeah, we're throwing this ball every single day of the week. We call this a yes-no read. The ball's coming out no matter what. We know exactly where we're going with the football. Boom. Right? And you can see, look at his eyes. He's going to scan the middle of the field. Right? He's going to move these guys over to the middle, keep this safety in line, and once he does that, turns and fires. He knows where he's going with the football every single day of the week, right? The ball is always going here. It was never not going to Xavier Worthy on this play. Now, what I wanted to do in this video is break down the film. I want to show you how good this offense looked with Xavier Worthy back into the lineup, and I feel like everyone underestimated how much he could affect this team. So, hit the like button if you want more Chiefs videos. All we got to do is get this video over, let's say 800 likes, and we'll post a part 2 of the defense. With that being said, let's dive in. Another great read here by Patrick Mahomes. So we're going to get a little bit of pre-snap motion at the top side with Travis Kelce. We're in an RPO system, so we can either hand this football off to Kareem Hunt up the middle, or, right, we can read these second-level linebackers. If they bite down, we then have to read these two guys right here. If they're in man coverage, we're going to be able to probably hit this slant over the middle. If they're in zone, we probably want to hit Travis Kelce early, right? So we really have to look at a lot of things, which makes this such a difficult play to run. But when you have Patrick Mahomes, it becomes easier, right? So off the snap, again, we got the handoff here, but we see these linebackers kind of overcommit downhill. Now, what does that tell us? The middle of the field's open. Okay, second thing we looked at is this guy really overcommits downhill to go guard the flat of Travis Kelce, which once again tells us the middle of the field's open. So instead of dumping this thing down or handing it off, we just find Hollywood Brown open in space and he picks up 18 yards. This is the pros of having a guy so smart like Patrick Mahomes. He goes through reading linebacker 1 to reading safety 2. Right? Boom, boom, boom. It's so easy for Patrick Mahomes. It's so fun to watch this film because you can really tell how elite of a player he really is, man. Just by looking at it, man. It's so fun to watch. Again, guys, really quickly, hit the like button, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Kansas City Chiefs throughout the entirety of this year's season. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns, whatever you guys want to see, we got you guys covered. Like button for part 2, and I'll see you guys then. Another great play. We're going to use Hollywood Brown as an indicator of what the defense is in, okay? So what does this tell us, guys? Right here. What does this motion tell us? It's zone coverage all day long, okay? The reason it's not man is because you would see one of these 3 defenders right here, right? One of these guys would have motioned with him across the formation, but since they didn't, we know this is zone coverage, so we're going to come back. Now, all we're running here is a quick little speed out. We're running a corner, and we're running a stop, right? We're just trying to get these guys to play in their zones, but we need to know where their zones are. So, essentially, right, this guy's going to drop this way. This guy's going to drop back. He's probably going to drop back, and we're really trying to read Marlon Humphrey. Now, he actually gets to the outside shoulder a little bit, but this is just a great job by our route concepts. Everything is kind of in a different spot, which forces these guys in different areas. And we just find that stop route. Juju catches it through contact. Right? Beautiful job sitting in the zone. Boom. Stopping. Ball is out perfectly. Right when he breaks, football's out. Right? Boom. Now. Ball is out. Puts a laser on that thing. Puts it on a rope. I mean, again, a good rep there. Once we know this is zone coverage, we probably know at this point in time, this is going to Juju, right? Once we know they're in zone coverage, that stop route is the best thing that we can get. Especially because this zone, he doesn't look at the quarterback's eyes. Once we see him not looking at the eyes of the quarterback, he doesn't know when, if, or where that ball is coming, right? He looks back too late, and it's too late. Great job by Juju and Patrick Mahomes in that play. Quick read, get it out early, let's go. Week 5 of the NFL season is officially here, which means we all have a chance to over 1,000x our money with the Sleeper app. Now, before we go into some picks, I do want to share with you, if you use my promo code, they will give you a 100% match deposit up to $100. Meaning, if you put in 50, they'll give you 50. If you put in 100, they'll give you 100. Essentially, it's a no-brainer. Go do it if you haven't already done so. But I want to talk about what I'm going to put in for this week's slate of games. I do want to look at Detroit and Cincinnati. Now, Jameson Williams has struggled as of late with catching the football. So I'm going to go more than 41.5 receiving yards for him. I think that is something that can happen pretty easily for him in this game. All it takes is one catch for him. It's J-Mo. Right, I'm also going to go to Xavier Worthy, and I do want to look at his yard line. It's at 54.5, which I don't mind. And you know what? I do like that. I'm going to go more there, and ultimately, I feel like I'm fine with that. However, BTJ struggled as of late. I'm going to take his yards. I'm going to go to 40 plus. I don't like the 56. I'm going to go 40 plus, and I'm going to go more than that. And I think that's fair. I think that's a solid little lineup there. Put in 20 to win 64. I like to play it safe, but what do you guys like to do? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, use promo code DUBS, and you'll get a $100 match deposit on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms for use of details. Currently operational in 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. Lastly, I believe they're giving a free $20 entry, no deposit needed, so go claim that as well. Again, it's just another opportunity to make money from it, so go check it out really quickly, and let's get back into today's video. Okay, another beautiful rep. Now, what's crazy at times is you can really manipulate, whether it be a second-level linebacker, third-level safety, nickel, corner, whatever it may be. You can really manipulate these guys by just utilizing the your offensive line's direction, I guess you could say. So we are going to be in what we call a full slide off to the right. Okay. Now what this means is everyone's going to trend in this direction. Everybody. The reason we're doing that is because we want to sell a run to the right side, right? So what's crazy about this play is we don't even act like we're running the ball here. We're just getting this offensive line in a full slide. Right, and what we're going to do, instead of sending Isaiah Pacheco to the right off the play action, we're going to send him this way. Okay, now, Juju is going to just get rid of this corner. You're going to see him actually just man him up and just go. Get him out of there. So the key defender here is going to be right here. So let's watch this thing. As we go, again, we are selling a run to the right with this full slide, essentially. This corner overcommits downhill and doesn't know what's going on, right? He's like, whoa. What is happening? Offensive line fully slid in that direction. And no one picks up Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, that's just manipulating, right? They just manipulating him. As he turns around, I guess he was confused. He has no idea. I mean, he's not looking at anything. He's like, wait, did someone already get the football? I think that's what he's thinking right now. Did someone already get the football? I just didn't see it. Right? He's lost. He has no idea what's going on. He's like, okay, full slide. Pacheco doesn't have the ball. Who is the ball? Right? He has no idea. Totally beat on that play, and Pacheco walks in for a touchdown. Great job by Juju. You could see him just, he actually running around and he's like, nope, let me just get rid of him. Get in front. Beautiful job right there by Juju. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want to see right there. This offense, man, they outsmart you. All right, another really good play. This one by Xavier Worthy. I saw a lot of people say this is offensive PI. No way. No way. So we're essentially getting a one-on-one matchup here. First thing that we're going to notice off the snap is this safety beelines it to the middle of the field, which tells us he's in a midfield close. So we're going to get a one-on-one to the top side. It's going to be just a stop route. We might break it to the outside. But because we have this one-on-one matchup, look at this, right? Boom. Falls to the ground. Now, a lot of people said this is offensive PI, but look at the arm. It doesn't fully extend. Right? See how it doesn't fully extend? It does a really good job. But also, two, another big thing that tells me this isn't PI is when we get all the way to the end of this play, normally you'd see that guy complain like, hey, where he didn't even complain. Didn't even complain. Okay? So he didn't think it was PI. So anyone that said that was PI, wasn't. But again, really good job here getting to the top route, breaking quickly. Picking up 28 yards. Don't want to spend too much time on this play. Just kind of broken from the DB there. But, hey, 28-yard pickup. Let's go. Okay, another great play here. So, to me, this looks like more of a Tampa 2 than it doesn't, which essentially means you got your cloud flat, you got your hook curl, you got your mid-read, you got your hook curl, you got your flat. Then you have two safeties that are playing in halves, which is essentially when you play this zone coverage, the deep middle of the field should not be open completely because, right? Because this linebacker should follow any seam route. And that's what we're going to get. We're going to get a seam up the middle of the field from Tyquan Thorne. But we're also going to be running, I think, a level concept over the middle here. And you're going to see that linebacker actually bite up and then bite back down on the level concept over the middle of the field, right? So again, not sure exactly what the defense is in. It looks like a cover 2 to me. He opens up as if he's in that mid-read. Usually, only mid-reads in zone coverage are the ones who don't look at the quarterback. They take the seam. So he does that initially, but he doesn't ride it through to the back of the end zone. And once Pat Mahomes sees that he's not looking at the quarterback, and once he sees that front foot bite back down and he doesn't ride it up, right, he throws a football. Now, I can guarantee you, if he was to ride him up, he would have hit Juju over the middle, and he probably would have picked up a nice chunkage of yards, right? So just a really good job here by not only Pat Mahomes reading this linebacker. Once he made his decision, football came out, led him to the inside of the field, touchdown. It's just money. It's so money. This dude, Pat Mahomes, is just different. And I am going to make so many videos on Patrick Mahomes because I just enjoy watching his film, and I feel like we need to respect the greatness. We need to enjoy the greatness together as long as he's playing this game. Let's go. All right. Last play we'll break down again. Hit the like button. Subscribe for more of this content. We are going to fake a handoff. We're going to bootleg out to the right. This corner is going to blitz, and we're just going to get a cross roll in the middle of the field. If this guy bites up, we already have inside and off coverage leverage with this bottom side DB, and it ends up just working out really well for this team. We fake the handoff to Kareem Hunt, bite that guy down. Even Malachi Starks, that deep safety, bites down as well. And boom, just like that, we have this one-on-one opportunity with all of the inside leverage and speed in the world. Just go, right? We have the leverage. There's no safety up over the top anywhere. Just straight one-on-one coverage. And Mahomes finds him in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Easy money. We're going to end it there. They dominated offensively. They did everything they needed to do. So do me a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe for more of these videos. Let me know if you want a part 2 where we break down the defense. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next Chiefs one. Peace.